Hello and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Emma Cownley. I'm a copywriter and blogger, and I bring you wicked ass videos every week on how to be a better writer. This week we're going to be talking about why nobody is reading your blog. Feels kind of harsh, I know, but if it's something that you're secretly worried about, don't worry, I'm here and I have the answers for you. So why isn't anybody reading your blog? Is it because they don't like you? Is it because you're not good at writing? What's the dealio? Seems like everybody nowadays can be a professional blogger, apparently. So why can't you? Why is it not working out? In my experience, people don't read blogs for several reasons. First reason is that you don't have a content plan. Blogging, in any sense of the word, be it professional or recreational, if you're going to have any measure of success, you need to have a content plan. Why is this? So many reasons. Firstly, having a content plan enables you to be consistent with your posting. People won't stop by to read your blog if you can't be relied upon to deliver quality content consistently. They need to know when you're going to post and that it's going to come regularly every week. If they start to really like you and read you regularly, popping out a post every month is just not going to cut the mustard. You need to be doing it every week, twice a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a week. The more you post, the better, because you're going to build up a really badass readership. People will come back to you because you constantly have new content, fresh ideas. It's all about consumption. That's why people sit in front of Netflix and binge watch box sets, because they want what they want and they want it now and they want a hell of a lot of it. So consistency, and that comes from having a good solid content plan, because you know what you're posting, when you're posting it. It's easier to work ahead in advance. You can backlog a lot of posts in a nice little pipeline that you just schedule to go out consistently. That way it becomes less effort to blog all the time. It feels a lot more manageable to follow a plan. Also, and probably the most key thing about having a content plan, is that it enables you to always give content that is relevant and interesting to your readership. They won't keep coming back to read something which is boring. They want something interesting, engaging, it concerns them. And the only way you're going to be able to consistently create engaging, interesting content is if you go out, have a little look about what they're interested in, what they like to read, the kinds of things they're searching, and then bring it all back in, schedule it out in a really timely manner. You can pull in things that are seasonal, things that are product or campaign related, anything that's of interest to them in that moment, and you can only find that out by doing your research and making a solid plan. It's really gonna make all the difference, I swear to you. So, lack of a content plan is the first reason that people aren't reading your blog. Next up, why they're not reading your blog. Is it because you're not very good at writing? This is a particularly bitter pill to swallow, but hear me out. People that just vomit up words into their WYSIWYG editor and push it live without rereading it, big, massive no-no. It does pay to take your time writing your posts. You want to go out and have a little look at keywords. What are the phrases and the terms that similar articles are using to drive traffic and people are using to search for content in that theme? What are the keywords that people are searching when they're looking for content that's similar to yours? What are the other posts using to drive up traffic? Those will be incredibly useful to you in bumping up your blog traffic and also making your posts work much harder for you. So those need to be considered during the writing, as well as bringing through some images, making sure that all your content is in nice, manageable, bite-sized chunks, so people don't look at the page and think, "Psh, it's like reading the Bible, like, no way, I'm out, like, I'm not going to sit here for half an hour getting through that for no reason." The attention spans are typically quite low, so you need to make sure that everything is short, snappy, and that it is beneficial for them to read it. So, SEO, formatting, and then finally, Write your post, go away, leave it, come back, check it again, because you will find errors. Even I find errors, and I write all day long, every single day for my job. So do that, go away, come back, check it, and then, if possible, give it to somebody else to check. You just want to make sure that it's the best it can be. If you've got a way of in your writing where it's coming across like a literal translation of your thought process, that's not necessarily good. It makes for very hard reading, it's not particularly engaging, and it's just quite bad writing, I think, to do that. You want to make it very easy to read, very engaging to read, and that means really taking your time to make sure that your sentences are short, with minimal punctuation. That's not to say don't use punctuation, because that would be a huge mistake. If you're not quite sure, go and check my video on mistakes that you make while you're writing, because there are some really common errors, and I see them all the time when I edit and proof documents. Things like using too much punctuation, not using enough, using words in the wrong context, just making really silly errors. So these are all things to look out for, because if you're known for providing really good, really useful, really engaging content, you're more likely to build up a readership and have people come back again and again and again. Lastly, people are not reading your blog posts because you're probably not promoting them. This is a stumbling block that I myself came up against. I started my very first blog probably when I was about 17 or 18, and I didn't want anyone to find it. I just wanted to blog because I wanted to blog. So I blogged and just kept it a secret. And I think that that's something people do suffer with. They want to write a blog, but they don't necessarily want people they know to find those posts and read them and call them out. In a way, you're putting a really personal part of yourself out on the internet. And this is specifically if you blog recreationally. You're putting yourself out there for criticism, and when you're writing, it's a really personal thing. And even as a professional writer, I do sometimes find it hard to take feedback, because I worked really hard on that piece and somebody's come back and told me, oh, it's not quite right. That was my interpretation of exactly what was right. So to hear that you're wrong, it can be tough, and it's the same if you go out and blog about your passions, what you love to do. If somebody calls you under criticism, it can be really easy to not want to put yourself out there. If you did want to try and make a career out of blogging, people need to get to the site and read it, so don't be shy about using your social accounts to push out that you've just done a new post. Say, hey guys, I've written about this, come read, you know, really tempt them in with some really awesome kind of clickbaity posts that tempt people through to read the article. If you're blogging for business and it is for your company, I expect that you will be doing this anyway. I hope that you will be. Content isn't something that you write up and stick on your site just for SEO. And many people believe that that is all it's good for. It's really not. It offers something extra to your customer, an extra bonus or benefit which allows them to connect with you and your brand and really strengthens that relationship. And it's a really nice, rare thing, and it inspires loyalty as well. So it's not just getting SEO points or just churn out a blog post and stick it up on the back on the page where no one will ever look because we want the extra SEO. It can be a really fantastic tool for promotions, to engage and to forge a bond with your customer. So don't forget to promote the posts that you're writing. So in summary, why isn't anyone reading your blog? Is it because you don't have a content plan and you're not actually writing about anything that anybody cares about ever? And you're not writing consistently, so they never know when anything's coming out? Is it because you're writing really badly and not taking the time to go back over your posts, or do SEO properly, or do the meta tags and metadata properly? Are you not putting images in it? Is your spelling just really effing awful? And number 4, are you promoting your posts at all on the channels where you know people that will want to read that content are hanging out? If you've answered any of these questions and thought, God damn, that is the exact reason that my blog is not a huge, massive success already, there you go, bro, I've hooked you up. It's also worth noting that it's very rare to become an overnight sensation blogger. This is something that takes months and sometimes even years to yield very good results. So don't be disheartened if you've had a blog for 2 months and you've only had 2 readers. At least you've had 2 readers, even if one of them was your mum. If you have any questions that you'd like me to answer in next week's video, you can pop a comment in the box below, or you can call me out on Twitter at EJCownley and I'll answer them for you. All else fails, see you back here, same time, same place next week. Until then, happy writing!